Welcome to Trivia Clips. Think you know the electric legends of symphonic rock? This is part 1 of the Electric Light Orchestra. True or false challenge. You have 5 seconds to answer each one. True or false. Let's plug in and see how much you really know about ELO. First ELO was formed in the United States. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false. Correct answer. False. ELO was formed in Birmingham, England in 1970. The goal was to fuse rock with classical music. Jeff Lynne and Roy Wood were the masterminds. They wanted to continue where the Beatles left off. Britain was the perfect ground for their experiment. 2. Jeff Lynne was the original drummer of ELO. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Jeff Lynne was the singer, songwriter, and producer. The original drummer was Bev Bevan. Lynne was the creative force behind the music. He arranged strings, vocals, and production. He's the face and brain of ELO to this day. 3. Their name was inspired by a malfunctioning light system. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. The name Electric Light Orchestra was chosen intentionally. It represented their fusion of electric rock and classical orchestration. They wanted a name that sounded futuristic and musical. No broken lights were involved. It matched their bold and unique concept. 4. Their debut album was a commercial success in the UK. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Their first album, The Electric Light Orchestra, was released in 1971. It reached the UK top 10. The single 10538 Overture caught attention quickly. It featured a bold use of cellos and rock. It proved their sound could work commercially. The fifth ELO used real orchestras in their live shows. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. They mostly used a small group of touring string players. Hiring full orchestras was too expensive on tour. Instead, they blended live musicians with tapes. Fans still got a rich, layered sound experience, but it wasn't a full classical orchestra. Or 6. Mr. Blue Sky was a hit in the 1990s. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Mr. Blue Sky was released in 1977 on Out of the Blue. It became a classic over time. Though it wasn't a #1 hit, it grew in popularity. It returned to charts decades later. Movie soundtracks brought it back to life. 7. Jeff Lynne worked with the Beatles. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. He co-produced the Free as a Bird Beatles reunion track. He worked with George Harrison on Cloud 9. Lynne was also in the supergroup Traveling Wilburys. His style was heavily influenced by the Fab Four. He fulfilled a lifelong dream working with them. 8. ELO was part of the disco movement. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Though they used synths and grooves, they weren't disco. Their sound leaned more into symphonic rock and pop. Songs like Shine a Little Love had rhythm, but not disco roots. They stayed true to rock experimentation. They were more orchestral than dance floor. 9. The spaceship logo became part of their brand. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. The spaceship first appeared on Out of the Blue. It became their visual signature in concerts and albums. The band embraced science fiction aesthetics fully. Their light shows mimicked UFO launches. It added to their electric, futuristic vibe. The 10th ELO disbanded in the 1980s and never returned. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. They disbanded in 1986, but Jeff Lynne revived them. He launched ELO Part 2 and then Jeff Lynne's ELO. They returned with new albums in the 2000s and 2010s. Their comeback was critically and commercially successful. They even played Wembley again in 2017. End of Part 1. How many did you get right? Stick around for Part 2 where we dive deeper into ELO's electric legacy.